Hello and welcome back to Make Money Guide. If you ever thought about the idea of working part-time, chances are that there's a problem you are trying to solve an opportunity or want to take advantage of. Study findings from Harvard suggest that up to 10% of professionals are in this arrangement of working part-time. But even as this concept takes root, challenges stemming from colleague resentment, managerial acceptance and value delivered still abound. Notwithstanding, if you venture into a business part-time, these challenges are just the iceberg. And that is why some business people chose to keep their salaried jobs while setting up their own ventures. This mostly is a risk mitigation strategy for them. Today, we're going to be talking about tips for a successful part-time working career. Make sure that you stay until the end as you don't want to miss any of this information. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notices so you don't miss any valuable content. However, this is not a piece to kill your soul and squash your spirit. Nothing could be further from the truth. We shall be looking at 9 tips to have you on your way to having successful part-time working arrangements. And if that wasn't enough, we shall also look at how that guarantees better home relations. So, how do we handle the pressure that comes with the need to be in the right state of mind to serve in your employment or studies and at the same time keep growing your business? Here are a few tips that we suggest for anyone that's starting out and has been forced to work part-time. 1. Create schedules and plans and share them. With work, school and side hustle pressure all pressuring on you, what you need to ease all that pressure is a clarity on how your time is spent. Take some time and write down a schedule for your day, making sure that the most of your free time and grow your business but still have enough time to rest and reflect. Once you create these schedules and plans, you should share the same with your management and your co-workers. This will allow you to synchronize your schedules with other closely work-related colleagues. As you do this, refrain from giving additional hours to projects and work not earlier than agreed upon. As a part-timer, you are already being paid less than your output. No need to work yourself harder for no good reason. Stick to the schedules and only make revisions when it is dire or your best interests. 2. Communicate. You do not have the luxury of wasted time and conversations. You also do not have to keep on doing a lot of back and forth about details and requirements. To ensure that there is clarity between your employer and client, make an effort from the onset to clarify your JD. Avoid making a habit of taking a work without mutual understanding of the responsibilities being bestowed, requirements as well as resources availed. And lastly, be clear about the results expected and to be achieved. Furthermore, you have limited time to get on the same page or similar with your colleagues. As such, clear and timely communication will be a key driver in getting updated, sharing ideas, and refining plans. Also, if you're not in the office at the time of relevant team meetings or calls, consider asking your manager if those events can be audio recorded. This will alleviate the burden of filing in from your colleagues who already have their own sentiments about you. And the further added bonus is that you can hear for yourself any relevant details that will directly help with your work. 3. Build cases for part-time working with benefits to be realized. Many managers still think seeing you working means you are more productive and contributing. Nothing could be further from the truth. A shift is already happening in the tremendous amount of value to be received from part-timers. This does not include the reduced cost of having part-timers on the payroll. Whether it is during an interview for a new job or negotiating for a change from full-time to part-time working, focus on the benefits of the program has a higher chance of acceptance. Yes, it is not common for interviewees to set the preferences from the onset, but as luck would have it, it only gets harder with each wait. Make discussions with management revolve around requirements, timeframes, deliverables, and expected outcomes. Tip: highlight your achievements to your team and management. You can still achieve incredible results on a part-time schedule. Ensure you keep track of what you have done and what the direct tangible outcomes of your efforts have been. For example, if you authored a report that has driven a new project, make sure your manager and team know that. This isn't about bragging rights, it's about raising awareness of your contributions to the company. It's up to you to show that being a part-timer isn't holding you back. 4. Ask for help when in need. Despite the much self-belief that you may be having, everyone actually needs help. Get the most appropriate help without seeming desperate. This can help someone to pick supplies for you and make deliveries. It could also be someone that helps you open your shop and close it from time to time in case your day gets interfered with by unforeseen circumstances. This help could also help someone who advertises your products on the right platforms when you can't because you've got work or class to attend. As you seek this help, be careful not to be taken advantage of by opportunistic people that may be looking for a pest relationship with your business. 5. Establish routines for work. Routines get the work done. Imagine if each day you woke up and had to learn how to walk afresh. Doesn't sound fun now, does it? Well, the same can be said for your work. If you do not create a sequence of flows as to how to get the work done, no work will be completed. Additionally, the reason you are doing part-time should remind you that your time is no money making either. Routines will enable you to safely bill, but surely with meetings to ignore, what days of the week to work, and how to monitor if work is being piled to you when not in the office. 6. Create rituals at home. Separating work from personal life is a yearning for all part-time professionals. Part-timers create rituals at home that help them keep their two worlds apart. Rituals are emotional driven, activities performed to demonstrate work from home and bring about a commitment of people and things outside work. These rituals facilitate unwinding and letting loose from the demanding days at work and family at times. 7. Secure an influential advocate for part-time working. Successful part-timers have champions in senior management who help them overcome hurdles that would otherwise cause them to fail. These advocates also play significant roles after the work arrangements have been settled on. They often run interference with clients, other managers, and colleagues who may believe that part-time colleagues aren't holding up their end of the bargain. Advocates severely are forced to intervene with clients to protect part-timers from their excessive demands. In addition, they also make sure that managers are aware of part-timers' contributions and potential so that companies consider these professionals for other perks and projects. Finally, advocates enable part-timers to remain looped in. They make sure that the part-timer knows what's going on behind the scenes. Advocates keep part-timers abreast with disgruntled team members, changing perceptions at the office, and any happening of consequence they need to. Over time, a good advocate can set some responsibility for making the part-time position work and becoming part-timer's mentor and guardian. 8. Keep your job education. We often think that going into a business will have a boom in that first instance. The truth of the matter though, success doesn't come overnight, and thus you'll need that job or education to keep you most of the time as you work towards a big break. Keeping your job or education also gives you a chance to get more experience that will be valuable in the long run as your business pricks. There is nothing breaking point, and that times may get too hard to preserve, but our advice is don't quit, especially when it comes to education. 9. Making sure your job is really part-time, not just more work with less pay. Is your job a part-time one? We mean, is it? Not really. Rigor is barely thought of scoping part-time roles. Often if we're returning from parental leave or extended sick leave and we want to return to our role, we're generously told that yes, we can return 3 days a week, but even then nothing about the role changes. Not so generous. Part-time jobs typically require no more than 35 hours per week, and maybe as few as 5 to 10 hours. Unlike full-time employees, part-time employees are not guaranteed the same number of hours a shift each week. For example, a part-time cashier at a grocery store may only work 15 hours one week, then 20 hours the following week. Part-time workers sometimes have the option of picking up additional shifts to cover for co-workers who call in sick or for working extra hours during a particularly busy time of the year. Once you and your manager have agreed on your working hours, stick to them. Start work on time and make sure your co-workers know your hard finish time. As much as possible, do not make working additional hours a habit. If you work remotely, make sure you have a designated workspace separated from any distractions. The last thing you want to do in the process of getting freedom is to get stuck. Respect your time, skills and energies to be in a great productive form. Which of the 9 tips mentioned seems the hardest or easiest? Please tell us in the comments section below. While you are here, go ahead and click one of these 2 videos on your screen. See you there.